Armando Salguero joins us as we are a week away.
God's NFL reporter,
Philadelphia,
as we
Dallas.
like to call him. Armando Salguero, God's NFL
We
reporter.
are a week away from Philly and Dallas as we kick off the 2025 regular season. Good to see you, Armando. Hope things are well.
Things are outstanding, gentlemen. I am very pumped and excited about the coming weekend because I'm off, and then the following weekend because I'm working, and I will be working in the Meadowlands.
Okay.
Where the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers will play regular season NFL football.
Will you be in attendance for Notre Dame Miami on this Saturday?
I will be there, heart and soul, but not with the body.
You won't be there for the weather delay? No, you won't be there for the weather delay, right?
The lightning strike.
Yeah.
Before the lightning strikes.
That'll happen. Hey, more likely a weather delay or Micah Parsons gets something done with the Cowboys because Hendrickson's done. We've got the revised 1-year deal. He says he's honored to have the raise and he's ready to go. He's back at practice. Is Parsons going to be ready to go?
The Hendrickson thing was a compromise, wasn't it? It was both sides kind of doing things they didn't love to do. Hendrickson wanted a long-term deal with guarantees. The Bengals didn't want, to pay more, and especially not long-term. So what they did was they revised and rewrote and redid the 1-year deal that was remaining and gave him a $14.8 million raise, which I'm sure the Bengals loved. And so now next year, he is a free agent unless the Bengals, they put the franchise tag on him, which is unlikely because the franchise tag for him will be like $32.8 million or something like that. So the operative word in that whole thing was compromise. I don't see any compromise happening with Micah, don't call me Michael, Jerry, Parsons. It's in fact, this week, yesterday, I believe, Micah Parsons was on an airplane going to see a specialist so he could get a second opinion about his back and how his back hurts. Why would Micah Parsons need a second opinion about his back? Well, because when you are making the point to a team that you cannot practice and you're hurt and they can't do anything about it, you need a doctor's second opinion. And because the Dallas doctors, my guess would be is that, Micah, you can play. Mm-hmm. And once he comes with the second opinion, now we're into tit for tat, grievance territory, and none of that suggests deal on the eve of, and now I'm playing. None of it.
It's almost like a doctor witness for the defense that's trying to, say someone's insane. You can find one doctor out there to do it, and then you put them on the witness stand. That's what the vibes I'm getting from the Micah Parsons back situation. Similar vibes I'm feeling from Jauan Jennings in his situation in San Francisco, where he exits the fourth practice of training camp with a calf injury amidst a dispute over his contract and asking to be traded. Now John Lynch is coming out and saying, we're not doing that. We're moving forward, but there's uncertainty about whether he's healthy enough to start the season. Kind of a convenient calf injury, right, for Jauan Jennings with the 49ers. What do you think of this situation? Because he's a guy who's going to factor heavily into that wide receiver rotation for the 49ers.
Yeah, I would never pretend to know the truth about somebody's calf or anything like that. So I'm going to believe him at his word, but I'm also going to believe the 49ers. And what they're thinking is that he is going to be on their team, so no trade, and he is going to help their team immediately. So game one. And, I mean, we have a disagreement again, but the other thing I would say to you is that Jennings is neither Terry McLaurin, nor Trey Hendrickson, nor Micah Parsons. He's a nice player, solid, good to very good. He's not a star. So, I mean, know your role, man.
Rashee Rice, 6-game suspension. Does that tell you anything about the league with that discipline that was handed out to Rashee Rice?
Yeah, it tells you that they don't want to go into a disciplinary hearing with Sue L. Robinson as the hearing officer, because the last time they did that, it was a disaster for the NFL. And I'm speaking of the Deshaun Watson hearing, in which 24 women are alleging that this guy is a sex offender, basically. And she basically agrees with them. And what happens? She only handed down, I believe it was a 4 or 6 game, suspension. And the NFL's like, wait a second. No. And they appealed their own hearing officer's, decision. So the NFL agreed to this hearing officer, pushed this hearing officer forward, and then hated the hearing officer. And so the hearing officer was coming up September 30th for Rashee Rice. The NFL, I was told, wanted double-digit suspension. Rashee Rice wanted no more than a month. They've settled it at 6 weeks. It starts immediately. He won't be back in the facility until October 13th. He can't play until the 19th. I think everybody's happy, more or less. I mean, it's not what either side probably wanted. That's why it's called a settlement.
JJ McCarthy ready to start in Minnesota. You've got Ben Johnson, who's now the head coach in Chicago. He's not the OC now in Detroit. What do you make of the Bears? There's always a team that goes from worst to first, seemingly every year. Chicago's could be one of those teams. I know San Francisco's probably the leader in the clubhouse on where we place our bets. Maybe not. I don't know. New England's another team that comes to mind. But Armando, Caleb Williams, the hands-down number 1 pick a year ago. Where do you think he is on this trajectory of being the quarterback that meets the hype with the coach that needs to meet the hype as well?
I will answer that, but first, let me express my disappointment with you personally,
Go ahead.
Hutton,
Go ahead.
because you said the Bears.
What else?
And yeah, you said the Bears, and that's what most people would say.
Oh.
But you, with your dulcet tones and great broadcast voice, if you had said the Bears,
Yes. You got to put a little Chris Farley Chicago accent on it when you say it too. Yep.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what gets me going.
All right, there you go. The Bears. I mean, what do you think? What do you make of the hype around the Bears?
I buy it to a degree.
Okay.
And this is the degree I buy it to. He wasn't horrible as a rookie, he being Caleb Williams, right?
Yep.
He had a lot of things working against him. Number 1, terrible pass protection. He was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL last year. Number 2, defensive-minded coach that hired an unproven offensive coordinator, then fired the unproven offensive coordinator, then had another unproven offensive coordinator come in. And all the while, they're not getting the rookie up to speed or any better. Ben Johnson is obviously the new head coach, and he's offensive-minded. He comes with all sorts of gadgetry. He knows how to develop a quarterback, and they did work with their offensive line. So all those things spell improvement for Caleb Williams. And ask me if I believe Caleb Williams has a better chance of being good than what JJ McCarthy does in Minnesota, even though Caleb Williams doesn't have Justin Jefferson. And I would say to you, absolutely he does. He's got 1 year experience under his belt. And, he's actually seen what an NFL defense does in a regular season, whereas JJ McCarthy, we're being told he's going to be awesome.
Yeah, yes.
And we have no actual proof of that in an NFL regular season game. So give me, Caleb Williams for the win in that regard.
Yeah, I agree with you. The Vikings came through Nashville for the final preseason week. And, of course, McCarthy's not playing. He's much bigger than what you would expect, too, just what I thought, just in person.
He looked small at Michigan.
He did. He's not. But, Armando, just talking with people before and during the game, it's just like there's not even an eyebrow raised. It's like, he's the starter now. Darnold was good, but now we've got JJ. It's like there's no hesitation. And I guess he's been the greatest practice player ever because we haven't seen anything. And this is a team that can compete. We saw this last year. This is a team that, Justin Jefferson's ready to go off again and set new records. Like I don't think there's enough being placed on the Vikings and the expectations of what we should be seeing this year in that division.
Well, what you're seeing with the Vikings is the trust in factor. That everybody trusts Kevin O'Connell.
They do. Yep.
If you can make Sam Darnold good, you can do anything. You won. You've been to the playoffs twice in the last 3 years, and you've won. You got a new contract. What was it? They won, I think, 14 games last year.
14 games, yes.
So it's easy if you're a Minnesota Viking acolyte to trust
the coach
Kevin
of the
O'Connell.
year. Yeah, that's fair.
And whatever he says, and he's all in.
He is.
They're all in. They are so all in. They had a nice conversation with Aaron Rodgers, a 4-time MVP, and said, "Yeah, okay, no thanks."
Yeah, you don't want to be the backup. See ya.
Nope. No need for you here.
You don't want to. Yeah, Favre started for us. You could be our backup.
Once a Packer, always a Packer for you, buddy. We're not going to have any dealings with you at all.
Hey, finally, Michael Penix Jr. in Atlanta. Have you thought about this at all?
I've thought about the guy behind him.
Okay.
I feel bad for the guy behind him because he got, he got donned. It's as simple as that.
He played hurt, and it cost him because he was terrible when he was playing hurt.
Yes.
He played hurt. It cost him. He played after they told him, "You're our starter," and then drafted a guy with the number 8 overall pick a month later without having ever told him, and didn't tell him until they were on the clock. And so they didn't trust him then either. It's just, look, it's hard to feel bad for a guy that signed a $180 million contract. I am managing to do it.
Da Bears. Hey, Armando, here it is. It's almost game week. And you've got it all covered. It's always game day for Armando at OutKick, and we love the coverage.
And there's always a lightning delay in Miami in the month of August and September.
Sunday around second quarter, we will have a lightning delay, a weather delay in Miami, Notre Dame.
The convicts versus the Catholics. Yep. Go convicts!
There we go. We know where Armando stands. Pick a side, baby. He's going with the criminals.
Now, we will not edit that with our discussion about the Chiefs and Rashee Rice.
Yeah, yes. In that instance, we're not for the convicts in that one.
We will not.
We're for a heftier suspension.
That's right. That's right. Hey, good to see you.
All right, man. See you.
There he is, Armando Salguero.